Okay, what's going on, fellas? Welcome back to episode 13 of Road to 600. I went to the gym in town today because today is my first bench press at 5 plates of the training cycle. So that's a good bit of fun. Figured I could draw on the energy of like having people around to get start getting a little bit fired up for the second week of the strength phase. Next week being the final week of the strength phase before we move into a peaking phase. Which will also last 3 weeks. The other reason I'm here is because they've got heavy dumbbells and some other equipment, and I feel as though I've been under-training my pecs a little bit in terms of the hypertrophy. Namely, I notice, Jesus, my hand's in the way. Namely, I notice when I'm not doing like heavy dumbbells with a pause at the bottom, I can get quite strong. Everything's just fine. As long as I'm doing good technique and good amounts and good frequencies of the main lift, I'm pretty good to go. But I notice when I don't have dumbbell work in there, my negative feels a little bit off, which very much was the case last week, where 475 felt very light, very easy, but I just feel like I couldn't find my bar path on the negative, and that's something, I'm sorry if I'm poorly in frame. I'm hiding in the corner so people don't see me filming. But I don't have dumbbells. The negative just feels slightly off. So I'm going to make sure each Monday I'm making it into town to get a little bit of practice in on the dumbbells, maybe do some pause pec flies because those have been pretty good motions for me in the past. Continue crushing my triceps on this day. Let's get after it. Me versus 5 plates today. Let's go. All right, what's going on, you handsome Giga Chads? I've returned to the safety of my own home, and I am no longer afraid to talk to the mic. I apologize. This video is a shit show. I need to get a system figured out for filming videos when I go to the gym in town because this video is in shambles. I forgot to film 365. A bunch of the video qualities are bad because I had to use the front-facing camera. We're already up to 405 here, but the video quality being in shambles is okay because 5 plates absolutely flew today. Felt really, really strong. Training is going so well. I knew that my hypertrophy phase was the best I'd ever laid down in terms of foundation, but I wasn't sure if it was going to translate all that perfectly to a strength and a peaking phase. So far, it's exceeded my expectations. This Road to 600 series has gone as well as it could so far. Here's the 455 last warm-up. Felt really good. Took my time warming up. Lots of my friends were at the gym today, so chit-chatted a little. And here is the 5 plates. Shout out to Billy and Henry, my spotters here. I really like those guys. Henry's my go-to man to talk to MMA about whenever I make it to the town, the gym in town. But here I showed my setup, really trying to drive up onto my traps, scaps back and down, keep that weight low in the hand, drive through, keeping my legs tight the whole time. Felt really good. I actually got hit with the whip at the top, which felt really weird to move 5 plates fast enough that not only was it whipping, but it whipped me back down at the top. And then this was the part even better than that 5 plates. I've moved 5 plates well before. Maybe that was my best. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. But these back downs, I remember not that long ago when 460 for a set of 4 was an all-time rep PR. There you saw I hit it very easily as a back offset, and then I take it for 5 here for my second back offset. This was what really told me, man, we are definitely in that all-time zone. Also, you can really appreciate my power belly in these videos. Road to 600 is in full effect in the diet as well. You'll see a little double bounce on the 5th rep here, which was a little bit amateur. Not really proud of that, but overall, goddamn, that could have gone any goddamn better. Moved on to dumbbell benches, kept them light today because it's a new exercise. I keep them light. Here, you'll notice that I didn't rotate the dumbbells all the way to 45 like I was hoping to. My pecs are quite tight, and I think it's because I have been underdoing my general hypertrophy training for my pecs. I just kind of been relying on my bench press to drive that, and they've kind of tightened up in response. So I believe I have a second set where I fixed it a little bit, but I love to do these dumbbell benches where I rotate to 45, really row them into me at the bottom to get a nice deep stretch. Quick pause, drive out, go to full lockout. These have been a staple of my bench development for the past 6 years. And when these are in my program, for whatever reason, my negative feels so much more locked in on my heavy bench presses. The power off the chest from having bigger pecs is cool, but the effects these seem to have on the quality of my control on the way down on the bench press makes them a pretty critical part of my training. Then we're getting back into, these are another underrated exercise. I feel like some people would say these are kind of a fly press. somewhere on that fly press continuum, definitely more on the fly side than the press side. And I did these really light. I believe these are just 40s today because I'm easing into them. And wow, these felt like shit. Not that the motion was bad. I've had a lot of success with these paws at the bottom. Flies with a bend in my elbow. I feel those a lot more in my pecs that way. I've had a lot of success with these as just a general motion to end off my bench days, but wow, my pecs have tightened up from lack of direct training. So we're easing into those, just hit 3 sets with the 40s there. Then I moved on to these skull crushers because I didn't have a way to rig up the skulls to the floor that I've been doing at home. And I was really struggling to find something I like here. The narrow grip, it looked better to me on the video than these did, but these felt slightly better. And I ended up actually moving to doing 2 working sets of dumbbell skull crushers, which I didn't film, but those were my really hard sets that I definitely got a lot better work out of. So when I'm in town, note to self, do dumbbell skulls rather than use the easy bar. And then after this, I did a heavier compound for the chest and then a bit of a stretch exercise for the chest. Did a heavier compound for the triceps, or I guess not really a compound, but a heavier tricep motion in the dumbbell skulls. Then a bit of a motion to emphasize the stretch where I did these overhead dumbbell extensions. These were a staple of developing my triceps early on in my bench career. I feel like they put probably more mass onto my arms than any other exercise. I just had to get away from them because usually gyms don't have a dumbbell heavy enough unless I do them pre-exhausted like I did today.